Apparently, Destiny is going crazy again. Let's check this out. Get straight to it. And now rock with Destiny. Hit the like button.
What about word salads? Okay, Trump is spewing out word salads. Okay, maybe you're almost getting like a 50% discount at the Trump word salad buffet.
Woke Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci. Trump.
Guys, you want to know what channel this is? I'm reacting to it. It's called The Apostle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Check them out. I think that they're really good with their content.
Trump's former communications director, who was fired after 10 days, makes some ridiculous statements about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris that goes to highlight their Trump derangement syndrome, as Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci both hate Donald Trump to the point they will say the economy is booming right now under Joe Biden and that Kamala Harris actually makes sense with her words, while Donald Trump is the one who is incoherent. Never mind the fact that Kamala Harris keeps bombing interviews in the attempt to prove that she does, in fact, actually make sense. So let's check out Destiny's TDS, folks.
So do you think people care about the border as much as they care about the economy?
No, I think that the economy, it's still what James Carville said 30 years ago. It's the economy's stupid and it's going to get decided on the economy. And you know, there's pessimism. If you look at consumer confidence numbers, there's pessimism. But at the same time, the stock market's at an all-time high. Wages are at an all-time high. The manufacturing index, the best that it's been in 30 years. And so all of these things point to an economy that's, you know, is recovering. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my feeling. You know what I mean?
So I'm curious what you think about this. For a long time, even prior to Trump coming into office, I think there had been a little bit of research saying that people's opinions about the economy can be shaped by the media that they consume. And then over the past few years, there was a lady, Kyla Scranton, she coined this term called the vibe session, where in her perspective, a lot of people's feelings about the economy were being shaped by by the media they consume, basically. And then there was that YouGov poll that came out that showed what do people feel about the economy. And as soon as Biden won and Trump lost, you saw the huge inversion of Democrats were all saying like, oh my God, the economy is really good now. And Republicans were saying it was terrible. I'm 35 now and I'm old enough to where I see some Gen Z people.
It's totally true, by the way.
35. Nah, I don't think it's even in. It's not in guidelines to say the joke I was about to say. I was about to go in.
Yeah, I took the vaccine, by the way, Steve.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
I'm not taking the vaccine. It's a Donald Trump vaccine. And then Biden wins. Okay, we're taking the vaccine.
Sure. Yeah. How much of and how do you think it should be combated? If you're a candidate, you've got people who will say things, under Donald Trump, I was able to do X, Y, Z. The economy was so good. Housing was cheap before. Everything was so perfect. And now under, Biden, everything has gotten horrible. Even if what they're saying doesn't necessarily map onto reality, I feel like combating that as a politician is incredibly difficult, because if you're a Democrat, you can't just say, well, actually things are good, because then you come off as being out of touch. But you can't say things are bad because, well, you were just in office for 4 years. What do you think is like the way that you address that? Or do you even agree that's a real problem, I guess?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So I obviously am not a candidate and don't have a great answer, but I would say the following. If I were her, I would say I would try to make it I try to make it, frankly, what she's doing. She's trying to tell you that she's not a divisive person. She's trying to tell you that she's not going to impose regressive tariffs. I would have a comparative analysis going. I would say, listen, I'm for manufacturing. I'm for the restart of manufacturing and industrialization in the U.S., which leads to higher middle-class wages. I'm for better bridges, roads, and tunnels, which reduces the cost of goods in transit in our society. And what I'm not for are regressive tariffs. And I think you have to explain to people, because, people believe Trump. Trump says the tariffs are going to be paid by China, but they're not going to be paid by China. So you're hitting. And if John Deere,
who should we believe? Kamala? We should believe Kamala and what she's saying. Same person that been caught in so many lies. That's who we should believe instead.
here moved some of their parts and equipment to Mexico. He wants to tariff them 200%. Okay. But what I would say if I was her, I would say, okay, listen, we've got to incentivize the John Deere Corporation to keep their manufacturing here in the United States. We're in a competitive global market now. And the Biden administration has provided that. There's a $250 billion bill that was signed in the first year of the Biden term that gives tax incentives to these companies to build their manufacturing here in the U.S. And she's got to position that. She's got to say, listen, he's going to tax.
Got the cops pulling up. They pulling up to get somebody. He pulled up.
You and going to crush you. And everything he's talking about is inflationary. And if you don't believe me, go.
Well, they just come in and snatch Destiny up midstream. Like, get you. He just, he go flying. He's screaming for help.
By the Goldman Sachs objective economists that
We're going to help him, Hunter Avalon.
rated our two economic plans, or there are 400 economists that just came out and supported her. And why are they supporting her? Because she's offering common sense ideas about what to do with the economy. He's not.
If you ask me, both Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci are obviously still suffering from TDS because they want to talk about the economy. Look, I'm going to make this real simple. He wants to talk about tariffs. Tariffs is not the end all be all. And I would question why he is not okay, why he would be okay with our allies over in Europe tariffing us at higher rates than we do them. Right? That's one thing that they never talked about. They didn't want to pay that. They didn't want to pay their NATO bill, right? We were paying that, right? That's fine. Okay. And they want to talk about reality, economy. Everybody alive today remembers what stuff cost when Trump was president. I remember what gas was. I remember what food was. I remember how easier it was to go out, to go to.
And the supermarket was not as expensive as it is now. I swear prices went up crazy, bro. Real talk. The price for the bag goes more now. They charging you for the bag even more.
Movies or this or that. The whole point is that you have more expendable money in your wallet. That is the whole point. And the idea that Kamala Harris makes sense is laughable because nothing she says makes sense. I've read her economic plan. There's nothing super impressive about it at all, literally, even to the point that she's stealing Trump's ideas of no tax on tips. So if her plan's so good, why is she having to take from Donald Trump's? And then not only that, she's the one who's talking about taxing unrealized gains, which is crazy. Which for someone who's trying to get rich, damn it, you really messing up. How the hell I could do this? Like, you really ruining it for me. You're making it harder for me to climb up the ladder. Literally taxing you before you take the profits. So it's like if you are going to get $100 before you even pull the $100, you have to pay a percentage anyway, even if you let the money sit there. That's a huge tax that will destroy possibly the stock market in the way, and you will never see it the same. That's what Kamala Harris's plans are. But that's what this guy, Anthony Scaramucci, in all of his wisdom, thinks is going to go great. This guy is an imbecile. Let me know in the comments what you think. But I agree. Sounds like an imbecile to me. They trying to ruin every chance that the little man can rise up. Folks, I would say this is what a sheep looks like. Leave a like. Let's get back in.
Again,
Muhammad
I don't know. It's my opinion, I guess, more than anything else. But I think her plan is way more practical and a way better plan for the U.S. than his plan.
And if she just messages it better, communicates it better.
Yeah, she's got to messenger it a bit better. She's only look. They're ahead of her 5-1 on interviews. But some of their interviews are net negatives, right? Because they're talking about dogs getting eaten and all kinds of crazy shit. But she's got to get out there and speak more, I think. She's going to do an interview. She's going to do an interview tonight with Stephanie and she's going to do an interview with 60 Minutes, I think, over the weekend. And so she needs more interviews, you know.
I mean, she hasn't been doing many interviews, but yeah.
What's that?
She hasn't been doing many interviews.
No, she hasn't. I think it's an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, he doesn't talk right. You know, he talks like a nut. So he gets a buy. He gets a buy on everything he says.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's being judged as a normal human being.
And Kamala with her fake self. You like that, though. You like her just saying whatever she thinks that you want to hear.
And then
it drives me so crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it drives me so crazy.
It drives me crazy how you are sheep. It's like a table full of sheep.
Because I'll see people read off like Kamala Harris statements like they don't make sense. Like, I understand what's being said here. Like, it might be a little bit sloppy. And then you see how Trump answered that. I mean, it's a legendary Trump answer. When he was at that, he gave that speech in that economic forum or whatever, and they asked him, what are you going to do? What policy? I think they said, what specific policy will you do to alleviate childhood poverty? That was one of the most insane 2.5 minute like rambles I've ever seen in my entire life. Like that's a campaign ending ramble for Joe Biden. It would be a huge, you know, punch in the gut to Kamala Harris, but Trump he just moonwalks away from it with absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you talk about word salads, okay? Trump is spewing out word salads, okay? Maybe you're almost getting like a 50% discount at the Trump word salad buffet because it's so.
If Kamala Harris,
That was trash. That joke was garbage. That was a garbage ass joke. I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. I guess it hit with the wokies. The wokies like that. If it was a word salad, it'd be half price. He acted like he bodied that. Man, shut your ass up. That was trash.
Harris makes so much sense, then why is every interview she keep doing a bomb? Every single one. Everyone's scratching their heads like, what is this person saying? Like, are you serious? These two, obviously, in my opinion, have full on 10 out of 10 Trump derangement syndrome. You can let me know what you think in the comments. But look, Trump is not a perfect speaker. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's an angel. I'm not saying any of that. But the idea that you're going to fabricate a delusion in your head that Kamala Harris, who, I mean, some of the sit-down interviews that she's done, and even one of them, she literally repeated the same line. I think it was the first interview she did after they had their debate. She literally repeated the same line she used in a previous question in the same interview. Like, there's nothing in that woman's head. She's just
it's like rehearsed, like a mother effer puppet type stuff.
Puppet. And she has handlers around. That's what I think. Because otherwise, you would be able to give a rational, like if she's so much smarter than Trump, if she's so much more capable, well, where is it? Where are those words? Where is that speech? Where is that conversation? No, it's not there, folks. Like, again, let me know what you think in the comments. But these two are just living in their own woke delusion. And I don't.
Facts. Hold on, let me let him finish.
See it leaving anytime soon, but it's still fun to watch.
I agree. Yeah, I do think that they woke as hell, fam. That was nasty. How woke that was. Yikes. I thought it was cringe as hell watching Destiny just sit there and cackle over there looking like and sounding like The View. Straight nasty. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well. What's going on? About to check out Anna from TYT. Apparently, she ripped this woke scene in person. Let's check this out, man. This might be good. You never know. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't.
White Christians hate themselves for the past wrongs that have been done. And I'm here as a loving Christian to say, let's grapple with that.
White Christians of today are not responsible for the atrocities that were committed by the United States.
Anna Kasparian.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's mad nuts. Check out the Apostle, guys. That's channel I'm reacting to.
Calls out woke racist Michael Eric Dyson for his blatantly hypocritical and racist statements towards Representative Nancy Mace on his CNN panel and the creepy flirty text he sent to her right after he insulted her on the Young Turks. If you have never heard Michael Eric Dyson speak, he is an insufferable racist wannabe intellectual. It's sad. And Anna Kasparian decries his behavior. But this is what you get from these crazy far lefties. People like Michael Eric Dyson are so arrogant and yet exactly the type of person you don't even want to be around. So let's check out Anna Kasparian rip this idiot.
We're living in a toxic culture where there's a cancel culture gotcha.
Remember, I'm reacting to the Apostle.
We're not trying to elevate, we're trying to eviscerate. This woman has now depended upon, like her inspiration, Donald Trump, a racist trope. The black brute seeks the innocent white woman, and now I'm seeking lasciviously to approach her.
I mean, but did you try to hit on the white woman? Now, that was Michael Eric Dyson, who's reeling over Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, calling him out for sending her creepy texts immediately after he implied that she's racist on live national television. And he did imply that.
That's crazy. What was the text? What was it? Was he trying to guilt her into giving him some play? That's nuts.
Don't insult our intelligence.
Wow.
Now, it's incredible how he can decry cancel culture on one hand and then try to get her canceled for allegedly using racist tropes on another. So let's break this down, because in case you missed the story, it all started when Dyson and Congresswoman Mace appeared on the same CNN panel to discuss the presidential race. Mace, like many Americans, struggled a bit with Kamala Harris's name.
Talk about rerun Kamala's.
Oh, you almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No,
but Kamala,
you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name.
That's a refusal to acknowledge their humanity.
If I purposely mispronounced your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies.
Okay, so
They was doing too much. I know that. This is not that big of a deal. And it took me a while to learn Kamala's name, my damn self. So I don't really see why they tripping.
she probably shouldn't have said, I will say her name how I want. But like, clearly she wasn't intentionally trying to mispronounce her name. She started with Kamala, and then she's like, wait, Kamala. She's probably confused because guess what? We have heard both pronunciations for many years now. And it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to make a point, a substantive point, right? I'm sure I probably disagree with whatever Mace was supposed to say or was trying to say, but it doesn't matter. She's trying to get her point out, and she gets interrupted immediately over a small error. Now, that is when Dyson stepped in to make the obligatory point that, you know, we've heard it before. White woman bad, very naughty. Let's watch.
This Congresswoman is a wonderful human being, but when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a racist.
That is complete.
No, you don't have to intend racism to accomplish it.
You are intending that I am
your disrespect of Kamala Harris is part and parcel.
He said she was pretty much doing racist acts. He's saying you don't have to be racist to do racist things. That's stupid as hell. That's dumb. That's dumb as a mother. I ain't even gonna keep cursing. That really frustrated me.
You're not racist. You just did a racist thing. Come on. Now, Kamala Harris has a relatively unique name. We all know this. And people are going to accidentally mispronounce it. It's called life. And these little squabbles over this issue are insane, especially when commentators like Dyson blow it out of proportion to make it seem like it's the perpetuation of white supremacy in America. Give me a break. In fact, maybe give all the Kamala Harris supporters you're about to hear from a break as well.
the hate campaign against Kamala Harris has begun. You'll notice they purposefully pronounce her name wrong. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. People like Kamala Harris. But as Kamala said, Kamala Harris. Kamala and I. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, that's hilarious. Fam, the internet is undefeated. The people, they be searching. They'll find it.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is Kamala.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris was a very good prosecutor.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And I know her. Kamala was first Biden and Kamala. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. And to the Kamala point, they purposefully pronounce her name wrong. They say Kamala. They do it all the time. It is on purpose. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris was talking about this.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Wow. A lot of people perpetuating white supremacy in America, including black people. Now, getting back to Dyson's tiff with Mace, after he implied that she's
And one of them said they know her. Think about it. One of them said they know her.
mispronouncing Kamala's name because she's racist, Mace did this on the House floor.
I would like to also enter into the record a screenshot of a text message I received from the esteemed professor from Vanderbilt.
My bad, I keep forgetting y'all can't hear me well. I got a low voice. I gotta pause it. I love the earrings. Cool earrings.
Michael Eric Dyson, after my CNN interview, begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me a racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
Without objection.
Then the guy says I'm gorgeous in all these photos. I don't think he's that bent out of shape on how anyone pronounces Kamala. And if we're going to have that standard, you got to hold it to both sides, not just one or the other.
Really glad.
If she's so racist, why you want to get with her? Why are you trying to holler at that? This is so nasty. He was fake and disgusting. Fed. I mean, he was blatantly trying to ruin your image and then trying to slide up in your DMs directly after. That man's nasty.
Anna Kasparian brought up this point because people like Michael Eric Dyson, there's no way he doesn't remember all of those people pronouncing her name like that for all these years. There's no way he doesn't remember that everybody on his side of the aisle has been saying it for years, her name in exactly that way. He probably just went off on this point because he can use that opportunity to play his racist trope because that's what he does. So either, I mean, he just forgot everything, like how everybody says her name, or he does remember.
It was lust. She made him not even think about it. He didn't even contemplate. He was just like, I need that. She was like, you need that. She was like, I need it. Yeah, that's weird. That is strange as hell.
Remember, and he's just using this opportunity to do what he does best. Lambast, call someone else a racist, and try to make himself sound smart. I mean, he just pats his ego. And bro, come on. Like, this is a total weak beta move. Like, you just insulted her to her face on national TV, but now you're going to think you're slick enough to come back behind and be like, what's up, girl? I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I said, these aren't even the people you want to be around. They will say the worst possible things publicly in one light, but they will completely act like something else behind the curtain. Can't trust these people, man. You don't even know who they are. Good job on Anna Kasparian. Leave a comment what you thought about what she said and leave a like. Let's get back.
Oh, I thought he said that like he was about to rap it.
Again.
Damn. Now, as you can imagine, Dyson didn't like that. But before we get to Dyson's response to all of this, look, Nancy Mace, to be fair, is not innocent in all of this, okay? And honestly, in this saga, her biggest crime, those massive tacky earrings. Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, girl? Like, I respect your religion, okay? But like, maybe smaller cross earrings? Why do they have to be so big? Okay, anyway, let's get back to Dyson. He didn't like it, so he wrote on X, quote, "Her white women's tears and mendacity are all in the service of lies and distortions. I was wrong about one thing.
For someone who is always trying to accuse someone else of being racist, you sure keep injecting her race into it. Hold on, how did he wrap it up?
Is a bigot and racist. No, you thought that to begin with. Let's keep it real.
Right, and now you saying that because she wanted to hook up with you? Wow.
Real. Now, in an effort to defend himself, he also took to social media to say that he's not doing anything weird. I mean, he writes creepy messages to lots of women. Watch.
These are other people that I interacted with recently, my friends, some of them. My friend Allison, I said, nice, you look gorgeous. Look out, Texas, here she comes, talking about that. Nell Painter, a world-renowned historian, on her Instagram, I posted after she posted about she's a Mary Ellen von der Heyden Fellow in Letters of the American Academy in Berlin. In public, I said gorgeous and brilliant all at once. A heart with a heart of faith.
This is just telling me that you try to slide in a lot of different chick DMs, bro. That sounds crazy.
That's smiling with hearts and a kissy face, right?
You gotta be professional.
I said, keep up the great work. Then there is my friend Terry, who I was giving tickets to for the Democratic National Convention. I said, you know I can if I will. Everybody and their mama want these tickets for today. You look gorgeous as always. Then my colleague Lisa at Vanderbilt, when we took pictures, I sent them to her and I said, me and Miss Gorgeous. And then Councilwoman Mary.
That's pretty creepy. I ain't gonna front. That's pretty creepy. I don't care if I took a picture of some chicks. I'm not sending it to them and telling them me and gorgeous and calling them gorgeous all the time. That's just weird. And if I was like their significant other, I would probably be even more cringed out as well. Like, why are you doing that? That makes no sense. All right, why are you hitting my girl up talking about she's gorgeous? That's crazy. I would tell my girl to block you.
Sheffield, who is a councilwoman in Detroit. And I said, gorgeous and brilliant leader. Bless you and thank God for your courage, strength, and leadership. And then my dear friend Susan Taylor, a renowned editor, Queen, that's what I call her. So good to see you today. You look gorgeous as always, and your soul-inspiring conversation was uplifting as always. Feel better. Love y'all. And then finally,
you could have said that without the whole gorgeous thing, bro. You could have said all the other compliments without talking about their looks constantly.
To Dana Bash. Well, I congratulated her on the interview she did with Kamala Harris. And then on another interview, saying people of color are eating cats. That's racism. I was quoting her. I said, thank you, Dana Bash. Besides being brilliant and courageous, you also look gorgeous.
Wait, no kissy emoji for Dana Bash? What's going on here? Look, obviously that's not the defense he thinks it is. Maybe don't send unsolicited evaluations of women's appearance in a professional setting. Especially as a married man, I would not be happy with my husband if he's sending kissy emojis to other women, especially at work. And have a little grace for people instead of immediately assuming they're driven by hatred and racism. But no, he just can't get himself to do that. So he doubled down on The View.
We're living in a toxic culture where there's a cancel culture gotcha. We're not trying to elevate, we're trying to eviscerate. So when it comes to Nancy Mace, you see I tried to be nice to the woman.
That's crazy. In any other case, they would never allow the guy to come on to talk about, but because of their political stances, they're doing that. That's crazy.
I said, you're a wonderful woman. I lied. I then said, but I tried to be nice to her. And then even when I pointed out to her what the repetition of the misnaming of Kamala Harris would do, she got defensive. Oh, you're calling me a racist? No. To all of these white Christians, and she's one of them, the Bible says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn their face to God and turn away from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and then I will forgive their sins and I will heal the land. They have not forgiven themselves. White Christians hate themselves for the past wrongs that have been done, and I'm here as a loving Christian to say, let's grapple.
No, they don't. You want them to, but no, they don't. That's not a thing. What?
With that past, acknowledge the historic legacy of supremacy. Don't deny it. Don't erase it. Don't eviscerate it. Don't remove it from the history books. Confront it. And then when you forgive yourselves, we can go forward.
White Christians of today are not responsible for the atrocities that were committed by the United States centuries ago or decades ago.
First off, Anna Kasparian is exactly right. No one alive today is responsible for all the stuff that happened when none of us were alive. Okay? Nobody. Like, we are a different people than we were then. And this is exactly what I'm talking about with Michael Eric Dyson. He's a married man, and what he tries to do to defend him hitting on a woman he just called a racist is showing how he hits on all sorts of other women.
He's just blatantly hitting on all these ladies
at the same time. But he is a loving Christian that thinks white Christians, notice the race, white Christians hate themselves for what they didn't do back then. I mean, like, the delusion and derangement of this guy. This is what I always say. These people project everything they actually are onto everyone else. It's pathetic. I mean, all of the racist tropes, all of the hate, these people are what they claim to hate. It's disgusting. And people like Michael Eric Dyson are just absolutely delusional in thinking that they are the angel that they claim to be. No, I can't stand people like this. But let me know in the comments what you think about.
I agree. That sounded crazy. I really think he was just trying to get, I'm trying you shot. I ain't gonna say it. He wanted some ass. I think he was just full-fledged. He just anything moving, he was shooting his shot. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video as well. Subscribe if you haven't. What's going on, guys? I want to laugh at Amazing Lucas. My bad. Dusty. The amazing Dusty. And you know we're going to do a dust check. You know. Let's check this out, man. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't. Right? Drop some comments too as well. Even if you disagree with me, feel free. All right? Feel free. Go crazy in the comment section. All right.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. Bruh.
My bad.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to do the early dust check. I swear that was not my intentions. Yo, this. No, it's on my big screen too. I thought it was just my computer screen now. No, it's on my big screen as well. That's crazy. I don't know what's happening. My bad. I'm thrown. Oh my gosh. It looks like a galaxy, like space. Ugh, okay, hold on, my bad. Not the hats. He gotta be doing this on purpose. Nah, he gotta be doing this. He know I'm a roast dust. And he's like, let me just slap some powder all over myself, son. This is great. My bad.
Bruh, when I tell you
Yo,
that
wipe the dust out.
I hate
Wipe the dust out, y'all.
this man, and I think that he may be the Antichrist, I genuinely believe it, okay? I genuinely believe Gavin Newsom may be the Antichrist because this is some wicked, diabolical stuff going on right now. So, y'all know I did a video on him vetoing the bill for black people who reclaim stolen property, okay, eminent domain, that it was taken from black people due to racism. Hey, I don't like you, you're black, give me the property. He vetoed that bill, right? And y'all know that he had his hand in the bill dying on the floor when it came to the reparations bill that the California Legislative Black Caucus would.
I swear, man, I need to start taking bets on how long it's going to take him to bring up reparations. Not long.
Supposed to push through, okay? That Stephen Bradford created and was supposed to push through. Both of those bills, one he killed, the other he vetoed. And they wanted to say that we were afraid that he was going to veto it, but yada, yada, yada. He already vetoed the other one. Y'all know what bill out of the reparations package? The reparations package. How you going to have a reparations package if only one of the bill actually does anything for reparation? Hell, two of the bills. And the two bills, you killed one and he vetoes the other. Make that make sense. Now, the bill that he did sign, this vile, wicked, evil individual, okay? This just monster. He signs a bill that has California apologizing for slavery.
Sorry. We're sorry. I'm deeply sorry.
If it wasn't so funny, bruh, I shouldn't be laughing, but it is hysterical.
I'm so close to black. Maybe not. Memorializing the apology to be installed at the state cap. Whatever.
It is absolutely hysterical. He vetoes all the bills that can help us and then gives us an apology. He gives us an apology bill. And you want to know what's something? If you look at the picture, you know who's not there? Stephen Bradford, the person who actually authored the two bills that would actually help us for reparations. But you want to know who is? Reggie Jones Sawyer. This man you want to know who that man is? I'm sure some of y'all remember him. Because please, come November, please remember this man. All you Californians, okay? Please remember this man. Reggie Jones Sawyer. Get this man out.
Is this where Lucas is from? From California?
Black Caucus. We need to get all of them out of the Black Caucus, but especially him. This is the same man that when the bill for reparations died on the floor, he was the one smiling and going like a...
You mad as hell. Begging for money. Just begging for a handout.
Damn fool. That's that man. Mocking black people who are actually being politically active, who are actually doing what they were supposed to do, their civic duties. Okay. Trying to get as far as people who are supposed to be helping us, right? The Black Caucus. Imagine the Black Caucus actually turns out to be the White Caucus. That's what it turns out to be. You have these Sambos, right? These Sambos who are put in these positions, and then you have him who's praising Gavin Newsom for signing the bill. He gets his little picture with masses smiling, right next to Gavin Newsom. He's smiling. Of course, Gavin Newsom's smiling. He can't help but smile. That's what demon, bro.
Is that what it looked like when you took your picture with Hunter Avalon? No kink shame. I wasn't trying to kink shame.
He has to let go of some of the evil spirits. I think he does that through showing his teeth. This is what's happening, okay? I told you all this is why I really can't stand Larry Elder. Okay, I can't stand him for a litany of things, but him actually helping Gavin Newsom when we tried so hard to recall him and get him out of here, bruh, and him doing something like this, and then to have Reggie Jones Sawyer, bruh, Lori Wilson, another one who's the chair of the Black Caucus, all of those Sambos have got to go. This is what I'm talking about. Now, if we had been any other group, as I showed you, when it came to the Jewish people, he didn't have a problem giving Jewish people back stolen property, right? He didn't have a problem. He was silent. He was probably sweating while he was signing. He was like, I'm signing as fast as I can. But when it comes to black people, you see how he vetoes bills and disrespects us. Why? Because we have Sambos who allow this disrespect. We have these old heads in office who allow this disrespect. And as I've told y'all before, this is a sign.
He really sitting here crying. He really sitting here crying because they took a picture. Nigga, shut up.
Of extinction. This is what this looks like, is extinction. All right? If we do not get active in this political arena, we don't vote these mofos out, we don't apply pressure to them, what does that relay to everyone else? Gavin Newsom just relayed to us, hey, these Negroes, they're good ones, okay? They do it.
Run for office then. I want to laugh. Go ahead.
They do as I say. They ain't going to give me a hard time, right? They ain't going to press me. They the good ones, so we're going to keep them in power, all right? That's what we're going to do. It is up to us to get these mofos out by any means necessary, okay? It is up to us to get them out. We get them out, we get actually some people who are going to fight for us, which is what they're supposed to do in the Black Caucus, all right? But I want you to understand this is really happening on a national level. It's really happening everywhere. Because you remember the Fearless Fund that they tried to attack for the black woman? Okay, you remember the Fearless Fund that was supposed to be giving out loans to black women to start, to invest in their businesses, and they got that shut down, the racists. Guess what? Do you remember as far as the Latino Fund?
It was racist for it to be up. And they can ask, how about that?
Being shut down? Do you recall that? Because there is a Latino fund that they give money to Latino people to invest in their businesses. They didn't say anything about that. So when I say this is a concerted effort to attack and erase black people, that's what that is. They are
false. Also, I ain't getting no damn investment. Now you talking about? I didn't even think to even look for one. I'm grinding, bro. I'm trying to build myself up on my own.
Or attempting to go for anything that they even believe possibly, ostensibly may help black people. We see this with affirmative action, okay? And we need to cause some good legal trouble. That's what needs to happen, all right? I saw more energy being directed at Eric Adams, and I know he's not the I said Chicago in the video. My bad. Chicago, New York. I understand. My bad, okay? I saw.
He said Eric Adams was, the mayor of Chicago? This dude is a simpleton. And Eric Adams is trash, by the way.
More energy directed at Eric Adams than I've seen at any white politician. Than I've seen at any House member, any Senate member, anyone.
There's more energy directed at Eric Adams than people direct at Trump. He's like, what's wrong with him? You go at Trump on a regular basis.
That would actually have an impact on them feeling the pressure of, hey, we're upsetting some people. We're upsetting our constituents. Because that's what needs to happen. I know money talks, but there's a lot of ways if money talks, there's a lot of ways to silence that baby, okay? There's a lot of ways to hush that money up. We have got to become educated in this game.
Hush that money up is nuts. I don't want to hush no money up. Okay, I want that money to speak as loud as it needs to. Let the money speak.
Because if we don't, we're going to see this time and time again. Because if all these mofos of the Black Caucus, if not one of them gets yeeted, then we're a joke. We're a joke. That's what everyone's going to see. Gavin Newsom's going to see it. Other Republicans are going to see it. Other Democrats are going to see it. And the abuse is going to constant.
That's how I'm going to walk out when Lucas finally shut up. Once he shut
continue, because they know that, hey, we can treat these black people however we want, and the only thing they'll do is not vote. Okay, we'll just replace your vote, right? If you can steal money from someone and the only thing they'll do is just complain about you, right? If you can go to someone's house, rob them clean, and the only thing they'll do is, well, they're not going to invite you into their next birthday party. Wait, what? That's it? You're not going to call the cops on me. You're not going to press charges. You're not going to sue me. All you're going to do is just not talk to me. In 4 years, you just get...
That's strange that was the first example he could think of.
You're just going to give me the silent treatment in 4 years? Okay, bet. Absolutely, all day. Imagine you go and rob a bank and that's what they do. Well, we're just not going to allow you to enter in 4 years. But after the 4 years, you can come back in because I think you've learned your lesson. So I want you to understand that's what you're relaying to people. That's what us as a collective are relaying to people when we talk about, well, I ain't going to vote, okay? Well, they ain't done nothing for me. Well, I'm going to just sit down, okay, family? That's a trick bag. That's what you're relaying to people. If all you're doing is complaining, all right? If all you're doing is complaining and you're passive in your complaint, which is not voting, right? If that's the worst they have to deal with, that's nothing, bro. We need to be actively complaining. We need to be actively letting our disdain shown. That's what that needs to happen. Like, hey, I don't agree with what you did. I'm going to protest you until...
Yo, how long he going to cry? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. Man. He is crying, but he's not saying anything new.
Until you die, bro. I'm going to protest until you die, until you out of office, whichever comes first. I don't care. I'm going to protest this mofo. We're going to cause a problem in every press conference.
Was that a threat?
You have. They're going to have us right outside and we're going to be there, and the Republicans are going to, if y'all won't talk to us, they're going to talk to us, and we're going to make y'all look bad, and we're going to get more and more and more people so that you can't ignore us. You may be able to ignore 3, but you won't be able to ignore 10, 20, 50. And you can organize for dumb rallies, right? You can do a reparations rally. Then surely we can have that same fervor, that same energy.
Want to bet? All right, ignore the hell out of people.
Energy towards actual things that will push the needle forward. Anyways, guys, that's a video. There is no disagreement here. There really isn't. All right. We have got to show our political savviness, or we're going to go extinct. Simply complaining and complaining is not enough. We have got to understand.
Or you've been complaining your whole life. Been crying your whole life. Ain't never changed. Ain't never changed your shirt. Ain't never changed nothing.
Hey, when is their term up? When are they up for re-election? Hey, who are they getting money from? Hey, when the next press conference they have? Hey, where are they going to be? That's what needs to happen. Really we need to become a thorn in their side. That's how that works, bro. We either need to come as far as mobilize and organize and get that done. Or like I said, we just in Twitter spaces talking about tangibles and stuff. That's it. So if you happen to...
All right, shut up. That's enough. Don't invite me to your disagreement day because you're just going to block me. Just crying self. Lucas is dusty and he's just delusional. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video as well. Lucas is a wild boy.